Today we're looking at MidwayG, aka Adventurer, a Gold 3 Kiriko. So it's been a while since I did a VOD review, but Adventurer messaged me on Coffee asking me if I could take a look at this game, so yeah, I figured I'd come out of retirement and take a look. At the end of this video, I'll probably do an update on like where I've been, future of the channel, yada yada, but most of you don't care about that. You're here for the VOD review, so let's just get right into it. So some of their notes on Coffee were things I'd really appreciate input on. How to play against Sombra. Bad Sombras I'll challenge, then TP out, but decent aim ones I panic. I'm great against Tracer and Genji, but something about Sombra messes me up. Yeah, we'll take a look at that because Kiriko's generally a counter to Sombra. So yeah, I'm really interested in seeing how you take those duels. I'll try to help you out there. On this Midtown map, what's the best place to start on defense? Yeah, we'll go over that in just a sec. On offense, our team got stuck after first point. Should I have been more aggressive and tried to get a pick by flanking sooner? When to be aggressive versus not. I feel like many of my dumb deaths came from when I got impatient and took bad positioning and then used cooldowns to get out, but then died without the cooldown right after. Or the really silly Juno death where I was focused on Sombra and didn't even realize a Juno flanked me. Yeah, we'll try to pay attention to cooldown usage too. And then way too many bad cleanses this game. Yeah, same thing. This probably won't be too in-depth just because of how long it's been since I did a review and, you know, how many things have changed. Like 3 new heroes have been added. The last review I did was a pre-rework Sombra, just to give you an idea of how long it's been. But yeah, let's take a look and I'll see what I can do to help you out. So first thing we always want to do is take a look at our team comp. So we got Roadhog, Soldier Cass, Kiriko Moira. Yeah, Kiriko's really good with Hog. You know, you could keep him cleansed. You can combo with Soldier. As far as the starting position, I actually don't hate this here. I briefly skimmed through the VOD. I think Soldier's going to come here and join you, so this will be a good place to hold. You know, it looks like your Hog's going to hold like this area right here. So this is your guys' kill zone. You guys want to ideally like lure the enemy to come in here so Hog can hook them into you and such. But yeah, let's take a look at this. So yeah, so Soldier's holding this angle, like I said. I'd like to see you, like, you know, maybe open up, try to go for some damage from, like, right here. You know, somewhere safe. Like, you don't want to be, like, right out in the open where people are gonna be, like, you know, this main lane where people are gonna take aim at you first. But yeah, you know, you could find, like, a nice angle to just spam kunai. If you get in any danger, whoop, you go back here. You know, if people start, you know, diving you because they got a pretty divey comp, Winston, Tracer, Lucio, you know, be prepared to like swift step to teammates over here. Yeah, I don't hate this position. You don't have to do crazy flanks or angles on Kiriko in gold. Okay, here's the Sombra. Yeah, you know, you had her low, so let's just quickly take a look at that. So you use your Suzu when you're still, as we could see, 165 HP. Sombra's low. I get, you know, the Tracer might have been coming, like, you might have seen the Tracer coming here, and that might have been why you panicked. But yeah, I think we just, you know, we got a little nervous taking that duel. That's why, you know, we had kind of the unnecessary movement. We weren't, like, hitting the headshots. So I just think this is just a matter of just getting more comfortable dueling. You were much more in control of this 1v1 than it seems like you thought you were. So yeah, just get comfortable dueling. My recommendation for that is to hop into free-for-all deathmatch with Kiriko a bunch. I mean, in fact, you could like just have a day where you're like, I'm not going to touch comp at all. I'm just going to go into deathmatch and just focus on dueling. And yeah, that'll help you get confident in, you know, taking duels. That'll help you figure out what to do in certain duels. And honestly, like just even having days where you play this game but stay out of comp will make you enjoy the game a lot better too. I can tell you that from experience.
I'll pretend I didn't see that.
But yeah, that was 100% nerves. Yeah, good shots. I'd like to see you once again just, you know, move a little forward, try to like spam this lane right here. Kiriko and Zen are both really good at that with their no fall off projectiles. And when your team pushes up like that, you could push up a little more too. Yeah, a little passive. Once again, like early on in the fight, this is what I always said. Early on in the fight, you really want to focus on damage. Wait till your team takes a little bit more damage, and then you go back and forth between, you know, weaving the healing and damage. So they switched to Junker Queen. I mean, we killed her there, so I was just going to say be prepared to move around a lot because, you know, they got Lucio, Juno, and Junker Queen. That's 3 separate speed buffs, so they're going to be moving fast. Yeah, so far so good. Not really much to talk about otherwise. Just keep spamming this lane. Even like try to like shoot the Ashe on high ground just to get her off of there. Probably get a good angle, especially while she's stationary, but that was good finishing off the kill. Yeah, I mean, once again, it's just like this Sombra so far. I mean, we'll see how the game goes, but so far, this Sombra really hasn't done much to warrant you feeling threatened by her. It's 100% mental. You're much better and much more in control of this than you probably think. And that was the Juno death that you saw there. So that's a time where you should have panicked a little bit more. Yeah, it's just a matter of just paying attention to your health meter. If you got to quickly use a cooldown once you see yourself below half. But it happens, you know. We all tunnel vision and make mistakes sometimes. You're obviously, you were aware of that when you sent it to me. Although we can see that probably did contribute to why we lost this point here. Yeah, you don't really need to farm damage because you got your ult, unless you think you could get a kill. Like that. Good job following up. Like those. So where are we gonna set up here? Maybe like high ground. You know, it could be a little tough, like if you're up on this high ground with like at the main lane. I mean, granted, you know, you have your swift step. Yeah, try to like maybe take some area where you can see people as they come out, but you're also not like directly in their sight lines. Or you could also help your soldier there too if you see your soldier moving up. There's a bunch of different things you can do. Just try to get a little creative with your positioning.
Time for the reckoning.
Good timing on the cleanse.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Your hog was low. I kind of understand that ult.
Feels like selling, huh?
So it looks like we lost that fight right there. I mean, I just feel like they had the better ults there. You know, they used Queen ult, Beat, and EMP. We had your ult, High Noon, and Whole Hog. They won the ult battle. I mean, you know, maybe it might have been better to hold on to Kitsune until like we got like at least the beat out, but that's one of those things where like hindsight's 2020. You know, your hog was taking a lot of pressure. Your hog was crit. You wanted to turn that fight around, so like I probably would have ulted there too if I was you. So I don't really fault you for that.
That was interesting. Like a gentle rain.
All right, so Sombra's going after us here. Yeah, I think that's because we, I mean, I know Cass is over here, but we kind of hung out back here while we could see, like, hogs pushing up, our teams moving forward. Especially if you know they have a Sombra in the game. She's going to target people that are kind of isolated and she thinks she can pick off solo. As someone who put a lot of time into Sombra, like, you don't want to go into groups of people, so I would have just recommended like just pushing up here as you see your team pushing up, because you guys are trying to, you know, you guys are trying to stop them from capping as well. So Just a couple reasons I would just have been moving forward, and you probably wouldn't have gotten distracted from the Sombra in the first place. And like, see how your tank pushed all the way up there, and yeah, exactly. If we had been supporting him a little sooner by moving up, we might have been able to prevent that. So that's just you know, basic support 101, moving with your team. Your team goes forward, you go forward. Your team goes back, you go back. Like Awkward used to always say.
Let's go.
Yeah, move forward, same thing. Like, see, you delayed a little bit with moving forward. Your tank was being aggro, and now you panic swift stepped right into the team, and your hog's dead. So same thing. Even if you're just coming back from spawn, I think you were. Let's back that up a little bit. Yeah, we're just being a little passive here. Like, see, our tank is pushing up, and we're just kind of holding this area. Like, we're healing Cass, but he's full HP. Meanwhile, these guys are pushing up. So yeah, like I said, just moving forward when you see your team moving forward probably would have given us a better chance there. You know, just because your hog's like booking it and moving forward doesn't mean you have to like put yourself in a dangerous angle too. You can move like just forward enough that you can get vision of him to heal.
My gift to you.
And go for damage as well, of course.
Enemy turret sighted.
Go for the Sombra.
Purified.
Enemy turret sighted.
Tactical visor activated.
Draw strength from nature.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Locking satellite vector.
Probably needed to Suzu there. Do we have it? I think you got it like right as he was crit, so okay, that's fine. But what did actually what did we use Suzu on before? I just want to see.
Draw strength. Purified.
Yeah, so we did kind of waste Suzu. Once again, you panicked because of the Sombra when in reality you weren't in danger. So because we did that, once again, you didn't have Suzu for hog here when you needed it. So that's just a matter of just recognizing when you're in danger. I'd say if you get below half HP and you're actively taking damage, maybe then, or at the very least, I'd recommend maybe swift stepping if you can. That's another thing, basic thing is Kiriko. Always have like just a plan in place of where you're gonna swift step if you take pressure. Because we might have been able to even if we weren't taking pressure, like we didn't even need to use either cooldown, but even if we were taking pressure, we could have, swift step first instead of using Suzu. It's a shorter cooldown.
I'm on fire.
Yeah, nice try.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
I understand that they're about to cap. It's like we got to do something there.
Enemy turret ahead. My gift to you.
Suzu, eat your Cass right there.
I feel
I would have
like
tried to Suzu him a little sooner, but that's fine.
Nice.
Good shots. Yeah, try to mix like a kunai, empty your healing Ofuda meter. I wouldn't lose sight of your soldier. Yeah, your soldier died there. I would have tried to like... I mean, it's not a big deal because it looks like you still got the Juno and it looks like you guys are gonna cap. But we'll look at it from the third person. I would have tried to like just, take this angle and keep vision of your soldier while still going for damage for the Juno. Just because this is like, I mean, it looks like you guys are gonna win regardless, but it's still like losing. These are some of those battles where like losing one person could greatly affect you. But as we can see, we're fine. I'll shut up. I'm probably overcoaching here. That was a big issue I had before. let's just farm up this ult. I mean, we probably should have been taking a better angle on Hog, but at the same time, like, what is he doing over there? Why did he let himself, why did he, like, let himself kind of get isolated from you guys and just collapsed by the enemy team? Like, I would say that he should have been, like, holding this corner with your Cass. So, maybe we could have done a little more supporting to Hog, but ultimately, I do not blame you for this.
Check out the enemy's turret.
Time for the reckoning.
Let the
Yeah, good cooldown usage. Yeah, I like the way you used all 3 of your cooldowns here, but this is just kind of tough because you don't have a tank. Yeah, so, tunnel visioning damage, not being aware of the Juno hurt you on first point. And I feel like the movement is what, not moving forward when your team was moving forward is what hurt you on second and third point. And then obviously your Hog kind of threw at the end there. So let's go forward. All right, so we got, same comp, but just we got a Genji instead. Oh, he died kind of fast there. Yeah, he kind of took some torp spam. Yeah, be careful. I would maybe, you're letting yourself get isolated from your team. Once again, your team's moving forward. I would try to move forward with them. Even like swift stepping up here, just to avoid this spam lane would have been fine. But once again, you got to move with your team.
Enemy turret ahead.
And see, like, Hog died. And especially, like, that's another Suzu where you were hiding behind cover. Moira threw an orb for you. You probably could have saved it there. Just be a little more aware of that, if you can. I don't hate this. Sneaky angle. Have an escape plan, though. There we go. What is Moira doing over there? Yeah, I wouldn't chase her. Yeah, exactly. Go take point. Like, what is a flanking Moira gonna do against a Bastion? Yeah, nice. Not really much else to say there. Just, we got our ult. You just got to be careful about, like, Torb and Mei ult specifically. Kiri ult is really good at controlling area. These ults are area denial ults, so maybe if those ults are coming, wait them out and then use your Kitsune rush if you can. The last thing you want is to throw out Kitsune and then it gets countered by them. Let's check that. Yeah, I mean, you took a lot of damage. I think you were like 85 HP. You ducked out. Soldier didn't. He kind of exploded there.
Nice to know you have my back.
But yeah, you want to take a different angle to help your Hog if you can. Yeah, like what else could we do? Like, even, like, you could take this angle again, maybe. I mean, not right now, obviously, but, like, if you see that the enemy team is, like, focusing this area, you could go over here. Yeah.
Gentle rain.
Surrender to my will.
It's a little tough because we need to move up a little bit more, I feel like. But we're also having trouble with the burst damage. Yeah, I mean, if we see Hog taking a lot of damage, you know, maybe coming over here to, like, maybe focusing a little bit more on pocketing him might have been the play there, but I was... Yeah, I think he's just having a little... Your tank's having a little bit of a tough time, too. But, you know, they used a bunch of ults. We still have our Kitsune Rush. I definitely want to see you throw this out, like, maybe even early next fight. You got, what's it called? You got Visor, so comboing that would be really good.
Playing around. I've got you.
So what I would be doing here is just paying attention to where your soldier is, you know, kind of pocketing him, and as soon as you guys are ready, I just want you throwing out Kitsune right behind him. Like, you know, you guys got the Mei wall out.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
So, I mean, that's kind of tough because Ram ulted into him to counter, which was a good play by them. But at the same time, like, if we know that we got that soldier ult, I would think about, like, just pocketing him a little bit more. Because we might have been able to at least keep him alive long enough to do something.
Under my protection. Time to try again.
Okay, we're on Reinhardt now, so... We got the barrier, but I don't know. Reinhardt might still be a little tough into this comp. Although we do get a kill. I don't know why we're charging. Yeah. I know it's been a while since I was, like, really coaching and stuff, but as we can see, you still don't charge into people like that as Reinhardt, no matter how much this game has changed. So I get you're going for damage, you know, you're kind of frontlining right now, so I'd just be a little bit careful. You know, you're right, like, out in the open. Maybe, if you're gonna do this, maybe, like, come up here on the high ground, be a little sneaky, you know, where you could duck behind cover, you could swift step to somebody. It's just a little risky. See how, like, now everyone's kind of swarming you? I mean, obviously you're fine here. You backed up properly, but... And Ryan kind of, suicide there again. We could have supported him a tiny bit more, but at the same time, like, he died really fast. He shouldn't be charging like that. You gotta play a little slower as Ryan. Good kill, though. Yeah, you're, the rest of you still do a really good job cleaning up there. So same thing, you know, we got Kitsune, but we got to expect the Torb and Mei ults are coming. I'd push cart. Yeah, nobody's pushing cart right now. Okay, Hog's doing it, but... Probably would have been better to be pushing cart. Did I say Hog? I meant Ryan, but... Yeah, I mean, maybe back up or even, like, swift step down here. That might have been a little bit better, but it's not a big deal.
60 seconds remaining.
Let's get back to it.
We're outnumbered. Be advised.
Yeah, good shots.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
You guys are doing a good job. Yeah, try to keep your mercy up. You swift step there. Interesting. Yeah, so I just want to back that up a little bit. So you go to help Mercy. She's healing you. Your HP, I'm not sure if you noticed, your HP was going up there. Yeah, Mercy's healing you. I mean, as we can see, like, your HP was going up before you swift stepped. I probably would have held that area a little bit longer, you know? Could have given a little bit more heals to Ryan, maybe kept him up. Once again, I think you just panicked a little earlier than you should have, and that ultimately hurt us at the end of the fight. Nice try, though. Little tough. Your tank had a few questionable plays, as we saw, but yeah, big things in this VOD. I think just for one, I want you paying attention to the way your team's moving. You know, if they're moving forward, I want you pushing with them. I want you being able, as a support, to support them and follow up on what they're doing. And then the other thing, too, is I just want you to be more confident. Like, I think just sensing the way you took these duels, and I feel like you're much better than you think you are. And the nervousness and the panicking is what's holding you back. So, yeah, like I was saying at the beginning, you know, do some free-for-all deathmatch to get more comfortable in duels. But, yeah, I just want you to be more confident in general. Yeah, you don't need to be, like, getting nervous or panicking as much as you are now. But, yeah, that's all I have for now. I guess I'll give a little bit of update. So it's been quite a while since I made a video. I was focused on my health. I actually started training in MMA again. If you didn't know, like Gogo Plata, that's where my name comes from. I've lost about 50 pounds in the last year, 50. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be competing again. I'm also looking, I've also kind of focused on my career, looking at, I'm trying to buy a house right now. Actually, during the VOD review, my real estate agent just called me, so I gotta call him back at the end of that. So yeah, I got a bunch of things that are going on in my life. I don't know how consistently I'll be playing the game, let alone coaching, but yeah, I'm not gonna disappear for sure. I still love Overwatch. I'm not gonna play Marvel Rivals, so yeah, we'll be here. I'll be streaming. You can send me VOD reviews, and I'll try to get them to them if I can. But yeah, if anyone would like to request a VOD review, check the link in the description, and I wish you all the best of luck with your climb.